Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change.
Hello, hello. Good morning. No, it's good afternoon. Okay, okay, it's good afternoon. Okay, afternoon have came. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I am Pinkie, the housewife, and I go by Pinkie on all of my channels. Um, let's go ahead and get the house rules out of the way so we can get started. Today is Friday. The weekend have started already. So let me get the house rules out of the way. Welcome to the Pink House, everyone. And then also go ahead and hit that like button. Hitting that like button, it helps you too to keep me in the algorithm, and we need that. So go ahead and hit that like button for me. And I'm just trying to do something. Hit that like button because that YouTube see all the likes and they say, "Oh gosh, this person got to get in front of more people because they may like her content as well." So that's why I need you to hit that like button. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's why I need you to hit that like button. Mm, Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Have to get my phone situated here. Uh-uh. How did I do that? Okay, here it is. Okay. Thank you guys. Now, and then hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, at least you can do because both of them are free. The like, subscribing, don't cost a penny. It's free. Really mean it's free. There are things you can get for free. And being part of the Pink House, being a part of my channel, being here with me, it's all free. All right. And then thank you guys for doing all that. Okay, let's go ahead and let me just put this trigger warning up here because I have seen more of that video. I've been watching it all from all angles. Okay. It's it's a tragedy what happened to Renee Cole Good, 37-year-old mother of three. That's devastating. And all the lies and the propaganda is just, we hadn't had enough. We have had enough. We don't need any more of the lies. The lies and blatant lies. When I say blatant lies, you know you're lying. I don't, you got to really be a demon cast out from the devil himself. Stand there or to type in lie. You got to be a wicked soul There's no way in God's green earth that you could get me to stand there in front of millions and millions. People all over the world see that. See that you look like a damn fool. To stand there and just laugh. That's that's more than when you now, y'all remember I always say on my channel, people walking around in human skin. Those are demons walking around in human skin. Y'all been hearing, I've been saying, I say that at least a couple times a month, or at least once or twice or three times, or maybe a lot of times a month. But you didn't hear me say that all the time. People walking around, they're demons in human skin. They could be a friend, a neighbor. They could be the person next door. They can be an ICE agent. They can be that woman that wears that cowboy hat. They can be the orange hair man. They could be anybody. They can be your cousin, your son. They can be all of them. Demons walking around in human skin. Okay, let me go ahead and see who we got here so we can get on with the matter at hand. Hi, Linda Gamble. Linda Gamble, thank you. Thank you. And it is Friday, and I'm so glad. Fair Use Act of 1976. Thank you for reminding me. Everything is alleged, in my opinion. Okay. You can support the channel by the way of super stickers or super chats. You can join a gift channel membership for $2.99 a month. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. And guys, we got to do better with that like button. I sit here and bring you as much news as I can and information, credible information, because I have dogs. I be bringing dogs. I be, I be bringing everything to you. So at least you can hit that like button for me. Be respectful to me, which is I'm the host, and any panelist or anybody in the chat. We ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna have y'all acting a fool like y'all did the last 2 days. Okay, we ain't gonna be. There's nobody gonna be acting a fool. Okay, because I will ban you. You will get removed, your comment, and banned. Oh, I'm just talking along. Hi, Sizzling Bunny. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Impetitious. Thank you for coming in. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate your support. Yeah, you're looking stunning today. Oh, I haven't been called stunning. That's a compliment. Oh, I like that. Thank you. I just got on my sweater. See here, and you can see how long this sweater is. It's like a dress. No matter how far I go back, it's like a long dress. But it's not a dress. It's a sweater that almost comes down to my knees. So it's just a sweater. And I guess probably because I'm short, that's why it's so long too. Y'all know I'm 5'1.5". We're gonna just go ahead and say 5'1". We're gonna take that half on up to a 1. I'm, no, I'm 5'1.5". Thank you, Sizzling Bunny. Linda asks, hello, Linda Gamble. She's the moderator and she will delete you. Okay. And she's saying hi to Impetitious. Impetitious is one of my day ones. Impetitious been around forever, ever, ever. Yes. Linda Gamble too, though. But y'all, you sound great too. I hear you just fine. Thank you. I always like somebody letting me know how I sound because I meant to ask you all that, but it's just slipped my mind. But thank you letting me know. Support the channel by the way of super stickers or super chats. Thank you, Linda. Welcome to the Pink House. Let me see. Hit that like button coming in, even if you're in the bushes. reach over and hit that like button. Hit that like button, guys. You can tap your feet out. Do it on. That's a match there. 7-7. I like that. Thank you. I will be blocking. Thank you, Linda. Because we ain't gonna put up with this. No, we ain't gonna be putting up with this. We ain't got time for the foolery. No foolery. We don't have time for foolery. No, we don't. I'm gonna go ahead and get the first video out. But before I do that, I always like to see what they got going on TikTok, because TikTok, they be on it. Okay? They be on it. They don't TikTok don't wait on nobody. TikTok gonna do what TikTok gonna do. Let me see. Let me find my TikTok. Here it is. Okay. What was that? What was it? I just do it like this. Okay, here it is. I always try to give y'all a short video clip. If I got one. Okay, here it is. Okay, let me get. Okay, here it is. Okay, here we go, guys.
This is some breaking new footage that was just released from the camera of Officer Jonathan Ross as he took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis. Have a listen to what Good says right here.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad, boy.
As you can see, he's recording with his cell phone. She says she's not mad at him. Then watch what she does. This is some breaking new footage that was just released from the camera of Officer Jonathan Ross as he took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis. Have a listen to what Good says right here.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad, boy.
She said she ain't mad at him. She see he's recording her. She ain't mad at him. She had a smile on her face, not knowing that she was in the presence of a demon in human skin. That she was in the presence of a demon in human skin. A racist demon in human skin. Now, this is my first time seeing this one where she's in her car, her face, and you see how she had this fresh look, like, I'm not mad at you, just as happy and bubbly as possible. And then you got a fool like.
This is some breaking new footage that was just released from the camera of Officer Jonathan Ross as he took the life of Renee Good in Minneapolis. Have a listen to what Good says right here.
That's fine, dude.
You see how, do she look angry? Do she look mad? Do she look like she's getting ready to run over anybody? All that running over, hitting him with her car, using it as a weapon, weaponizing her car. All those are lies, guys. Those are lies spewing out from the demons themselves. Okay? The devil got all the demons spitting out those lies, that propaganda. The lies they tell. Watch it for yourself and stop believing the lie. Okay? And then we're going to talk. There was another shooting yesterday. in Portland, Oregon. 2 people got shot by federal agents. And then they're going to, and also in Minnesota, they're going to go over to a school. What the hell are you going to a school for? Terrorizing the teachers, the administrators, the children. Lord, somebody, and just open up the floodgates of the racist demons, rats. Now, that is a face of a woman that says, I'm moving. I'm not mad at you. You don't see a frown in her face. You see a smile on her face with her window down.
I'm not mad at you.
As you can see, he's recording with his cell phone. She says she's not mad at him. Then watch what she does. This is some breaking new footage that
Only person can do that is a demon. Only person can do something like that is a demon.
Well, this is crazy. Breaking footage from the ICE officer that stood in front of Renee Good's vehicle.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car. Whoa!
Now, let me just, from this footage, there was a woman that was had her phone out, videotaping, filming what the ICE agents was doing, right? What if he had that bullet would have hit, or one of those bullets would have hit that woman outside the car? Y'all see that? You don't supposed to, no. He did not get hurt. He did not get hit. Let me just bring this up. Then nothing happened to this scumbag. Nothing. Okay. No, let me bring it up where y'all can see it better. Okay. It said, I had just received the clip of the event, which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over. Now listen to this part. Ran over the ICE officer, who seemed to have shot her in self-defense. That is a lie. And wasn't nobody yelling and screaming doing it. I didn't hear nobody yelling. I didn't hear nobody screaming. And I didn't see no professional agitator. And she was not being disorderly or obstructing or resisting. She was in our car saying, I'm not mad at you. So how do you get from that? Okay, let's read what the FBI got here. Okay, FBI. Now, FBI, Portland is investigating an agent-involved shooting that happened at approximately 2:15 p.m. near the whatever block that is, 10,000 block of Main Street in Portland, involving Customs and Border Patrol agents, in which 2 individuals was wounded. Oh, Lord of mine. Oh, okay, this is Portland. Okay, yeah, this is true. In Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon. That's the one I mentioned just a little while ago. This remains an active and ongoing investigation led by the FBI. Please follow this thread for updating regarding this matter. Yeah, it was 2 people that was shot by federal agents. See, they getting all half cocked. They're going crazy. Y'all got to see these people are going crazy. These people, you untrained, untrained people. You just getting them off the street, getting them out of the jailhouse from doing the January the 6th ride, and then you're gonna give them a badge, you're gonna give them a pow and a vest, and tell them to cover their face. Okay? Homeland Security. This is DHS Gov. Today, ICE officer in Minneapolis was conducting target operations when riders began blocking ICE officers, and one of these vehicles of violent riders weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over the law enforcement officer in an attempt to unalive them. Wait now, they are stretching this. You give them a piece of gum, they chew it for a while, and they try to stretch it for blocks, and it ain't gonna stretch no further than like here. And you trying to stretch it all down the block, get everybody to believe those lies. An act of domestic terrorism. An ICE officer are fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement. No, he was not fearing for his life, nor anybody else, because he just stopped popping off. That's what they do. Just pop off, especially with no training. And you already been in part of a, you know what, and the safety of the public, fire defensive shot. That is a lie. That is a lie. I just want y'all to see these lies. Y'all got to see these lies. My cousin told me that Portland is under curfew now, allegedly. Oh my God. See, they come into your town, your city, and they cause havoc and chaos. They make your city, your town, your state unsafe. When they come in, they ain't coming in to help you. And then you can't even get your own police to help you because your police seem like they are afraid of them. Police, are y'all afraid of the ICE agent that they don't even have no training? They was just plucked off the street or plucked out of jail to do this? And you're afraid of the criminals? I thought the police supposed to go after the criminals. Y'all ain't doing a damn thing to me. Just sitting aside protecting them because you're so fucking afraid of them. They're afraid of the orange head and y'all afraid of them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. None of it makes sense. All of them are cowards. Cowards. Fucking cowards. We're going to go ahead and watch this, guys. This is going to be, you can find this down in my description box below my video. On the credit is DRM News. Minneapolis activists unleash fury on ICE action. Demand accountability after the fatal shooting of Renee Good. Okay, so we're going to watch this. I've been watching this all morning. Well, not all morning because shit, I haven't been up that long. So y'all know what I mean. Since I've been up. And this, y'all need to watch it. Because I haven't finished watching it. I only saw some of it. Okay? People are speaking out. People are upset. People are tired. They are tired of the bullshit. They're tired of the propaganda. They're tired of the lies. They're tired of the of you spilling the lies to the public to the American people. They're tired of looking like America is nothing but a communist country. They're tired of looking like we lost all of our goddamn marbles, and we haven't lost shit. And I don't curse like that, but I'm pissed as a mother right now, and I am a mother though. Here we go.
Shot him in the head. And a friend told me the James Baldwin quote, if they take me in the morning, they're going to come for you in the night.
They will.
You didn't think it had anything to do with you when they were killing black and brown people. You didn't think it had anything to do with you when they were terrorizing Latino and East African students at Minneapolis Roosevelt High School. And then they come out here and kill a white woman, and you see a piece of yourself in it. And you have a fraction of the experience that we as black men have had for a very long time.
Ooh! He said it. He said it right. We've been experiencing this from the dawn of day. We experienced this for years, hundreds of years. This has always been our life for brown people. Y'all see what I'm saying? He is telling the truth. We've been experiencing this forever, but nobody wants. Oh y'all just. I didn't see that. I don't see that. Y'all been goddamn lies. Y'all seen it. You just afraid to open your motherfucking eyes. Now he's telling them. Now you see it. When they come snatching up the Latinos, you see it. When they come in snatching up the Cubans, you see it. When they come in snatching up the Somalia people that say they ain't black any fucking way. Somalians don't like black people in the first goddamn place. And I'm not saying nothing that's not true. They don't like us. They don't even like white people. They don't like none of y'all asses. But if you're Somalia, they like you. Somalians only like themselves. But it ain't about them right now. Now, and then when they kill a white woman, oh shit, broke loose. Now you see what we've been talking about. This is what we've been talking about for years. Over 100 years. We've been talking about this shit. Now, if they can kill one white woman and get away with it, they're gonna kill the rest of you and get away with it. They're gonna come after you, grandpa. Yes, you white grandpa. You white nanny. They're gonna come after you too. You little white boy, they're gonna come after you too. Because the orange-haired man ain't gonna do a damn thing about it, just celebrate it. This is not Russia. This is not North Korea. This is America. Somebody don't read the Constitution. Somebody don't know what the fuck it says. I think we need to start bringing it out and reading a little of it every day. Maybe some of it may transfer to some people. But he is telling the truth. Tell the truth, man. Tell it. What did he say?
When they were killing black and brown people. You didn't think it had anything to do with you when they were terrorizing Latino and East African students at Minneapolis Roosevelt High School. And then they come out here and kill a white woman, and you see a piece of yourself in it. And you have a fraction of the experience that we as black men have had for a very long time, seeing ourselves in the bodies of Jamar Clark, of Dalal Eid, of George Floyd, of Terrence Franklin, seeing in all of it. And now you see yourself in it a little bit, and you have an opportunity. Take a look around you and who is saying nothing. Take a look around you who has supported this. Yeah. Take a look around you and look at the candidates that you can vote for. And then also take a look around you and look at the uniforms that are doing nothing about it. That are doing absolutely nothing about it. If they take me in the morning, they will come for you in the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Toussaint. Next, we will hear from Eliza Darris, the Executive Director of the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
Please welcome him.
I, like many of the activists and organizers and advocates behind me, we have found ourselves standing in front of podiums like this time and time and time and time again when local, or in this case, federal law enforcement have decided to use lethal force against us without right. And here we are again. We watched that man literally position himself in front of Renee's vehicle.
Yes, we did.
And shoot round after round after round into her.
Yes, we
Now,
did.
law enforcement are supposed to justify every last single round.
Yes.
He shot her 3 times in the face. The rest of law enforcement made sure that no one in the crowd could render aid.
Let me do a reaction on this. This is a reaction video, okay? But where were the goddamn police? If there was a woman that was shot 3 times in the face, where's the police? Police, you're supposed to come on the scene. You're supposed to be looking for the perpetrator. And you're supposed to make sure that ambulance get in there. Tell ICE to move their goddamn cars and bring the paddy wagon, bring that ambulance up in there so they can park near that vehicle where Renee was laying. And that there was a doctor kept telling him he is a physician. Let him render aid. Oh no, we got our own. ICE agents talking that shit. We got our own. Would not let anybody near her to render aid to her. And then would not let the ambulance come in there. They blocked them off. They had to walk in there. What kind of shit is that? What kind of mess is that? That is unheard of. We are not in some goddamn Russia. This is not some dictatorship. Well, we hire rats to run in and act a fool with guns and vests and hiding their face. But I heard word on the street, and it could be allegedly, but I heard it from major outlets too. Let me see, because I wrote it down so I won't forget. That he is being doxxed. They know his name. Say his name. His name is Jonathan Ross, that ICE agent. That's what I was told. And then they said all over social media, they're doxing him. I don't know because I didn't look that up, but maybe that's allegedly. But that's what they said. Okay? That's what they said. Let me see, did I put anything else down? No, I wrote that down. Jonathan Ross. I guess they found out who he was. And somebody lied like he had to go to the hospital. That he was fearing for his life. And I did read the part where police do not supposed to get in front of a vehicle while someone is in that vehicle. That was on the something with the docs, when you read about what police, their rights and what they're supposed to do and can do, their policy and stuff, and that was on there. So that lets you know he is untrained, unqualified. He's probably from jail anyway. He's probably one of them January 6 people. That's just my belief, and I've been standing by that. Okay? Just my opinion.
There was an actual physician that said, hey, I'm a physician. Let me render aid. And they said, stand back.
And back.
and
I
watch
never
her die. And so our expectation is that in tragedies like this, law enforcement would undergo due diligence, determine whether or not a crime has been committed, and bring charges. And ultimately, for a jury, if this person appears, to bring a conviction. Now that's in the normal situation, what we would normally expect to happen. But we're not dealing with normal times. These aren't normal situations. We have a federal government threatening other portions of its government and saying, if you hold anyone accountable, you'll be terminated. Say terminated. Terminated. You'll be fired. Say fired. Fired. You may be arrested. Say arrested. Arrested. And so they do nothing. We can expect nothing to come from the federal government. So what does that leave? It leaves the state. I'm here today to call upon our local officials to stand up. Say stand up. Stand up. And do something. Do something. Stand up. Stand up. And do something. Do something. Why did we send you here? Yes. If the county attorney won't prosecute, if the attorney general won't prosecute, if the governor won't order an investigation, if the sheriff won't conduct an investigation, if the police chief won't conduct an investigation, and then if the BCA this morning will release a statement and say the feds told us to stay out of it, and then they say, okay, we'll stay out of it. When have they ever done that?
Never.
We cannot expect the federal government to do anything in this situation. And you all heard law professor Nikema say, we locally have the authority to investigate and to bring charges. Now, if a judge makes a jurisdictional determination later, so be it.
He needs to be
But we expect this county attorney in this county, right here in Minneapolis, to bring charges. Yes. We expect this attorney general office to support any investigative needs, any charges that may be brought. The support coming from the top is what we need, because we will get justice nowhere else. That's right. They've already said it. They've already expressed it. We should not expect it. So we need our local authorities to stand up or tell us you are abandoning us. Come on. Tell us you are going to allow federal tyranny. That's right. We're talking about murder. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
Come on, man.
Say that you're going to leave us at the hands of a federal government that is unchecked, that has no checks, no balances. Tell us that you're going to allow them to murder us.
Leave us. I know what he's saying. No checks, no balances, because that federal agency is run by the Orange Man himself. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing unless they're told to do. And when Orange Man said do this, Orange Head said do this, that's all you're gonna do. He don't, because let me tell you, he don't give a damn about you. When are y'all gonna wake up and realize he don't give a damn about you? No. He only give a damn about you when he wants you to do something for him. That's it. He don't play around with y'all agents. He don't talk to y'all. Y'all ain't his friend. None of y'all. Not even the FBI. Y'all ain't his friend either. He don't give a damn about you either. He don't give a damn about none of y'all. Because y'all ain't billionaires. Okay? Because he ain't a billionaire. But he want all his billionaire friends to make him look like he's a billionaire. Y'all just suckers. Y'all just pawns.
And do nothing. That's right. Then we can make a decision of who we need in those seats to protect and defend us. That way.
Educated decision on who we need in those seats.
Thank you, Eli. Next, we'll hear from Rebecca Weigel from Univos, Minnesota. Let's welcome Rebecca.
The ICE officer who shot and killed legal observer Renee Good must be held accountable. Yes. All right. There is precedent for state authorities arresting and charging federal officers of crimes. Minnesota officials must use their authority to arrest and charge this officer as they would anyone who shot and killed another human being. Given the gross incompetence of this agency, ICE should immediately cease their surge in Minnesota and stop terrorizing our communities. Further, we call on Minnesota businesses and institutions to stand up to ICE.
Yes.
Corporations like Target and Cub have been allowing ICE to stage raids in their parking lots, including private lots. In order to keep our communities safe, we are working with teachers, hospital workers, and are inviting all workers and employers to uphold our Fourth Amendment rights against illegal searches and seizures. Protecting our constitutional rights is not the job of just one community.
Yes.
It cannot fall only on the brave people who step up to witness ICE's abuses. Upholding our constitutional rights is the responsibility of every institution that serves the public. What we do now will determine the future of our democracy. Target is headquartered here. If they wanted, they could set a national standard by refusing to let ICE use their lots.
Yes.
We've been boycotting Target anyway. Target, you still being boycotted. Okay? We ain't dealing with you, and we don't play with Target. We don't want to visit you because you stand with ICE. And before you even start standing with ICE, we weren't playing with you anyway. We're done with Target. I haven't stopped at a Target and I don't know how long. In over a year, probably 2 years. I don't fool with Target. Y'all don't forget, we're boycotting Target.
Raids. Instead, they've allowed families to be snatched from cars and sidewalks. They've allowed for these ICE invaders to prepare and use their property for terror. We need Target to step up. We need Target and all Minnesota businesses to make a choice. Protect our community or enable harm. Thank you.
This is a reaction video for everybody.
Yes, we're still boycotting Target.
Yes, we are.
Let's be clear.
Yep.
Next, we'll hear from the gatekeeper, hear from George Floyd Square. Let's welcome her.
Good afternoon, each and every one of you guys. I bring you good trouble. Good trouble I bring you guys come from 38th in Chicago. Good trouble I bring you from 38th in Chicago. This started 6 years ago. Police taking a man's life, George Floyd. Gianna was 6 years old when they took George Floyd. Renee Good, her son is 6 years old, and they took her from her son. Winston Smith, federal killed him. Shaft killed Ricky Cobbs with no justice at all. Now we have Renee killed FBI, federal government. Minneapolis police need to come and stand with the community. They have no power. So now it's time for them to stand up with us and show us that they can stand with us and support us as a community. Defund the police. If we defund the police, we as a community can fight and stand and take care of our own community. We can protect our community. It has been shown. We've been doing this for 6 years at George Floyd, and it ain't never stopped yet. It's ongoing. It keeps on going. But to take a woman's life is not acceptable. It's our streets. We have the right to shut these streets down. Again. Make the city pay. Again. And again. They was going about losing money when George Floyd died. We as a people can cause them to lose more money now. If we don't stand together, we're going to fall. Together we stand, divided we fall. We as a community got to stop talking and do the work. We cannot work till somebody die again to do the work. ICE is a demon. They are not human beings. They are killers. They're killing on targets. I watched them drag a white woman out of her car pregnant. had no sympathy for her and dragged her from one car to another car. I'm here to stand with the community all over nationwide. North, south, east, west, it doesn't matter. 4 blocks from George Ford, 2 blocks over where this accident happened at. And we will not stop until justice gets served. And we will not stop until they arrest the officer. We demand that he be arrested. And if he don't be arrested, we're going to shut this city down. Who's straight? Our street. Who's straight? Our street. Who's straight? Our street. And we mean that. This street will be shut down and justice will be served.
Oh, my Lord. The action.
Next, we'll hear from Trayvon Cruz, co-founder of Black Lives Matter Minnesota.
Renee Good, say her name. Say her name. Say her name.
Good.
And we've been getting questions just like Elijah said, why wasn't the doctor allowed to give CPR or to render aid to Renee after she was shot in the face multiple times by a murderous ICE agent on the streets of Minneapolis? Why did it take EMS 15 minutes to get there? Why was her body just laying out in the street like that for a very, very, very long time? These things are very, very, very unacceptable. And also what's unacceptable is when the BCA says the FBI tells them that they can't do nothing. But we also remember when Ricky Cobb was murdered that our governor told the Hennepin County attorney here that she needs to drop the case. And then that case was dropped when we watched the state trooper open up a door and shoot a black man. And then so we have levels of authoritarianism in our government. We have authoritarianism at the federal level and we have authoritarianism at the state level. So we're calling on Governor Tim Walz to stand up. Minnesota has the 3rd or 2nd biggest racial wealth gap in the United States. This is an excellent time for Tim Walz to address that and do an executive order on reparations for Black Americans whose ancestors descend from U.S. chattel slavery. This is an excellent time for Tim Walz to do an executive order on the George Floyd and Policing Act. This is an excellent time for those in St. Paul to address ICE agents and for the mayor of Minneapolis to follow the mayor of New York's lead and call for ICE agents to be arrested like Mayor Mamdani has done in the great state of New York. No good cops in a racist system.
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 So we have this racist system, and for a long time, this racist system would harm and just hurt Black people. And you guys just see Black people coming out and you think, oh, they're just complaining, but now you're seeing it spilling over into your community. White supremacy and institutional racism has no boundaries. It's murderous. It kills and destroys. And if it continues to go unchecked, it can creep into everyone's household. So let's come together as Minnesotans. Let's come together as Americans. Let's just come together as the human family and stand up to white supremacy and institutional racism as a community and as a nation together. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Peace.
We have just a couple more speakers. Next, we'll hear from Shatara Strong Allen, a longtime organizer and the executive director of Love First. Let's welcome her.
Ooh, say enough is enough. Enough is enough. My heart is heavy, I'm sure, as everybody else's is. And first and foremost, I want to send my condolences to the family of Renee Good, her partner, her child. I want to send my condolences to the teachers and staff at Roosevelt High School and South High School and the students. At first, when I saw the video of Renee Good being murdered in broad daylight by ICE agents, I thought, this is ridiculous that anybody is going to sit by and allow the government to orchestrate attacks on their own citizens. But then I thought back to the experiences we've had here in the Twin Cities. I thought about Jamar Clark. I thought about Philadelphia in the 80s when they dropped a whole bomb on MOVE and the Africa families just for advocating for civil rights and advocating for animals of all things. And I thought, this isn't new, right? And we cannot sit back and allow this man to continue to orchestrate government attacks on their citizens. There's the law. The law, according to the Department of Justice, says, sorry, I take my time. According to the Department of Justice, Title I policy on use of force, firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles. Specifically, firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle unless a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle, or the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death or serious physical injury, and no other objectively reasonable means of defense appear to exist, which includes moving out of the path of the vehicle. Standing in front of a moving vehicle is called an officer-created jeopardy and danger and is not an excuse. They need to charge that officer with the murder of Renee Good. He was standing on the side, both officers were standing on the side of the vehicle, so they are not in front of it, but even if they were, it is an officer-created jeopardy and danger. The fault lies not on Renee Good, for responding to the directions that she was being given by the very same ICE agents who killed her. It falls on the ICE agents and the government to hold these people accountable, these Proud Boys that the federal administration has hired to attack our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the reaction.
For our last speaker, Tashira.
She said it. I always been thinking too. Racist Proud Boys. Also, the ones that was in January the 6th, raiding, climbing, breaking windows. They got let out by this administration and given. And they just covering up their face, guys. Untrained, just giving a pow and a vest. They don't know what the hell they doing. They just terrorizing. I'm so glad you all are here to hear this.
Garraway Allen, family supporting families against police violence. Let's welcome her.
I don't have much of a voice today, so I know you guys can barely hear me. But I needed to come out and speak today because you guys are witnessing what our families have endured over and over and over. You guys are seeing them do an active cover-up after we seen with our own eyes what happened. If they can cover this up while we can clearly see what happened, imagine what they did for the videos that they got to and they were able to tamper with. Imagine what they did for the videos that they would not release to our community and to our families. The only difference this time is they didn't have access to the videos. Our community had the access to the videos. That's why we got the truth. The reason we got the truth, you guys, is because we controlled the truth that got out to the world for the world to see white supremacists and hatred at its finest. But white supremacy does not care who it kills. White supremacy does not care who it hurts. As you can see, they murdered a white woman in broad daylight. White supremacy has one agenda, and that is to control and to stay at the top while people that believe in equality remain at the bottom. Renee Good believed in equality, and she was out there observing, and they murdered her, and we see what happened. But the moral of the story is think about Justin Tigan, who his family has a lawsuit against this same building right now, has a lawsuit because they would not release the videos of the truth of what happened to him. Think about Ricky Cobb. We just stood in this building a year and a half ago for Ricky Cobb. And the governor told Mary Mariani to drop the charges. You created the stage for what ICE came in here and did to Renee when you denied our families of justice. When you delay justice, you deny it. And an injustice done to one of us is an injustice done to all of us. So this is the time that we band together more now than ever before. Do Do not argue with each other. Do not go back and forth. We must band together because we have a bigger enemy at large that hates all of us, and that's white supremacy. Thank you. We will call forward Cortez Rice to say the Asada speech. Oh, we can take questions first.
Are there any questions? Any questions?
Yes. By any chance, do you all know that the officer, the ICE agent, is going to be detained by Minneapolis police officers? What do you guys think about that?
Does anybody want to take that?
First and foremost, that is the ask today. The ask is for the agencies that are constitutionally required to take matters that are specifically happening in the city of Minneapolis to do their job. Nothing gives us a clear reminder that a cover-up is clearly on the way by kicking out BCA. But BCA has still a responsibility to step up because it is an law enforcement engaged killing. And so we are asking for the Minneapolis Police Department. We're also asking for Hennepin County Sheriff to begin their own investigation in this matter. And as Tashir and others have said, there is incredible evidence, clearly from all the videos and the eyewitnesses who are ready to speak directly to what happened. This is not something that happened in darkness. This happened in light. And the public already knows exactly what happened. Law enforcement need to act swiftly. And this is how we show as a nation, as a country, that the laws are on the books and no one is above those laws. So BCA, Minneapolis Police, and as well as the sheriff need to take their responsibility to uphold the Minnesota Constitution and all of the other jurisdiction constitutions by law that they are required to respond to the murder of a resident of this great city and of the city as well.
Thank you. That is true. Where's the police? Where's the sheriff's department? Don't y'all have a job, or y'all letting these nincompoops, ICE untrained people from ICE run your city? You're supposed to be running them. They're not even licensed. They was just given a job. You letting some nincompoops come into your city and run your city? My reaction to this video.
And I see members from the community justice for House justice for Mariah Samuels. Could this be viewed, in addition to everything, is a layer of this potentially also like violence toward women? You know, seen as femicide?
It's absolutely violence toward women. The fact that the ICE agent in question knew that he was dealing with a woman, looked her in the face, and fired 3 kill shots shows you that he had no regard for her humanity or her femininity. And we've seen it before. Justine Rusacek-Damon, who was killed by the Minneapolis Police Department as a woman, unarmed, trying to report a crime, shot in cold blood. Not to mention the numerous women being dragged by ICE, being treated like they are not human. It's unacceptable. So for us as mothers, we're outraged. This is despicable and it's unconscionable. But what do we expect when the commander-in-chief is a rapist? What do we expect?
What do you expect?
Definitely a sexist. And people voted for him anyway, not once but twice. So what does that say about our society? It's absolutely unconscionable and disgusting. Any other questions?
So, what concrete steps can we, the people, take today?
What Jaylani referenced earlier, one thing that we can do is put pressure on our local elected officials. The governor has authority over the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. We don't give a damn what the FBI has said. There's nothing stopping the governor from forcing the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to conduct its own investigation based on what evidence it has. All they need to do is bring enough evidence to the county attorney to show probable cause for an arrest.
Yes.
And then the rest of the system will play out the way that it needs to. But the governor has authority. He's just not using it. Yeah. The mayor of Minneapolis, who we saw drop expletives and act outraged, has the authority over the Minneapolis Police Department. As a matter of fact, because of residents in the city of Minneapolis voting to give him sole authority, he can direct the chief of Minneapolis Police to conduct an investigation into the murder of Renee Good. Wow. And the Hennepin County commissioners have authority over the Hennepin County Sheriff's Department, and they can direct the Hennepin County Sheriff to conduct an investigation into the murder of Renee Good. So don't fall for the okie doke and think, oh, the FBI took it over. There's nothing.
Oh, I'm so glad she is bringing this up. Thank God somebody is putting the truth out there. They have the authority to do what they need to do. They have the authority. Thank you for bringing it up. It takes a beautiful black woman in a pink suit to call them out. My reaction to it. I'm going to, woo, Lord.
We have laws on the books that allow local government to bring charges against federal officers if there was nothing they could do. So we as the people need to use our voices and we need to hold them accountable. I don't care how we voted for them in the past, if we think they're good people, if we think they're nice. It's time out for Minnesota niceness, and it's time for justice and accountability. Period.
That's right. We also want to know if this officer right now is even still in Minnesota and engaging in ICE activity. We have no clarity that this person who just murdered this incredible woman is still out. So we need the media, because I will remind you, after the murder of George Floyd, no one is safe. We saw that, including the media, who are trying to get clear information for the public, have been part of the target. And this disinformation that is happening from Kristi Noem and others need to be held at check. We are asking for the media to do also your job in making sure that the hard questions are presented and laid right in front of these leaders who are cowardice in this moment, instead of standing up for justice, not only for Renee, but all the Renees across this country.
Right. Real quick, one of y'all just said that Tim Walz made a call to Mary Rotary to drop the charges with Ricky Cobb. I was in the room when that happened. So is it kind of silly for us to ask Tim Walz to make Mary Moriarty do it if we know he didn't do it for a black man?
No, we're not asking Tim Walz to make Mary Moriarty do anything. What we're asking him to do is to exercise his oversight and authority of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension for them to conduct an investigation, regardless of what the FBI has said. They're using the FBI's decision to exclude them from the case as a justification to do no investigation at all, when there's plenty of eyewitness statements, as has been said, as well as video evidence that they can begin to analyze in order to present a report to Mary Moriarty or even to Keith Ellison. Whether we trust Keith Ellison or not, the reality is he is the Attorney General, and he has the power to bring charges if he is given a case file that shows probable cause to make an arrest.
Who gives him that case file? Do you know?
It would be if the BCA or the Hennepin County sheriffs.
He won't get that file.
But the BCA, no one's taking anything from the BCA.
Donald Trump said that Minneapolis and Minnesota cannot do anything about it.
So that's not exactly what's happening, right? The FBI, in our opinion, at least in my opinion, is attempting to engage in a cover-up, right? That's why they want all the evidence for themselves. But that doesn't mean that there isn't additional evidence out there that a Minnesota-based law enforcement agency can review and bring forward what they have to a prosecutor so that they can determine whether there is probable cause to arrest the ICE agent in question.
And I would
frankly posit that the video and the eyewitness statements themselves are adequate for probable cause for an arrest. All law enforcement needs in order to arrest someone is probable cause. And I would absolutely posit that that video and the eyewitness statements give them that probable cause. And that is why that man should be sitting in jail right now instead of running around in our community causing more harms.
And to Michelle's point, we have an example in the case of Justine Rusacek-Damon. Remember, there were no witnesses and there was no video, but Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman was quick to bring charges against a Black Muslim Somali officer who shot and killed Justine Rusacek-Damon. And that officer was actually convicted. And Justine's family was paid, $20 million without any other evidence beyond the fact that a white woman was killed. So we know that there's ample evidence to show probable cause for this ICE agent to be arrested. And the fact that he callously left the scene, he didn't even stay. He just walked away because he understood his white privilege and the fact that he would be protected by an administration engaging in white supremacy and domestic terrorism and abuse of American citizens. I want to also remind us that we can apply pressure to the elected officials at the state as well as the federal level. All these Republicans who are claiming they care so much about fraud, why are you silent with regard to this fraud that's being perpetuated upon this community? Complete silence. So it shows you that they're being disingenuous. And again, Congress has the power to take action. As I said in the beginning, they're the ones who fund ICE. They provide oversight of ICE. So they can do something about ICE. And it's up to us to apply the pressure to make that happen. So we're going to end right there if there are no more questions. We want to thank you all for taking the time to be here. Everybody from the community who showed up, we thank you. Those on the front line showing up, Whipple Building, putting your bodies on the line, we thank you. The media, we thank you for being here. And Cortez Rice wants to end with the Assata Shakur chant. Those words ring true now more than ever.
All right, real quick though, we all see that this is happening to everybody. The time is right now to create the new Rainbow Coalition. Yeah. That means every race, every ethnicity, every religion, let's join together and fight this together. Everybody pissed up. We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Let's make sure she hears us. We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose.
Okay, guys. Whew. Thank you all for watching that. I do have a live that's going on right now. Oh, let me just do something. Get this out of here. I do have a live that's going on right now in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay. And well, I'm not sure whether it's Minnesota, but it's in Minneapolis. Okay. This is a live protest. They're confronting the ICE agents. So I'm going to go ahead and okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring it to you. And then we are going to talk about the shooting of the two people in Portland, Oregon. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and.
They told me I was a clown, but won't you look at me now? I'm putting folks in cages at ICE. We got great hours. Join ICE for respect and power.
Somebody is singing. I don't know whether that's a song or what.
I feel like a man when I.
So we're just gonna watch it until we see any confrontation or anything, but it is alive. There's something, while we waiting on that, I want to show you this so you can know a little more about that ICE agent. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Let me see. Are they still playing the music? Mm. You never know when these standoffs are going to lead into something else. These protests. They go in there peacefully to protest. Then you got the ICE agents decide they want to escalate things. That's what they do. Because they don't have the proper training. Half of them haven't been trained on anything no more than how to harass and commit crimes on people. That's all they, in my opinion, know how to do. I'm trying to get this here pulled up. Okay.
Whether or not that shooting was justified. At press conference in Minneapolis,
I hope they don't start doing it.
Are you a Navy SEAL? No, you're a crazy SEAL. Why is it? What did you speak up for yourself? Why are you betraying the Republic?
Tear gas and stuff. I hope there's no escalation because you know they love
Anybody have the courage to defend their actions?
The agent.
You're all wearing.
They love gas.
Why are you really police? You realize that, right?
No.
You see me wearing a mask?
That's right.
I yelled at Hegseth. I yelled at Kash Patel. I yelled at every fucking leader of the Heritage Foundation. I yell at senators. But do you see me wearing a mask and hiding? No, because I'm not a cowardly little bitch like you. Shame on you, you fucking Nazi traitors. Shame! Take your fucking mask off. At least have a fucking spine. We know you're a Nazi piece of shit. Why would you think we allow that?
Game on ice. Game on. We're gonna come back to this. I got a 3 minute.
Who are you defending? We are U.S. citizens. You don't point your weapons at us. Who are you defending?
24-second video that I do want y'all to see. Because this is the live, so we will be back to it. Okay. And I hope while we just do this 3 minutes and 20-second video, that in the meantime, nothing, they don't, ICE agents don't do no escalate things because you know they're known for they don't know how to de-escalate. All they know how to do is hurt people, harm people, and kidnap.
You picked the wrong fucking state.
These people. So we'll be back to this here, guys. I promise. I just want to show this to you. Okay. I'm gonna pause it so we can pick right back up where we left off at. All right. And I am so glad to see that you all are here today, trying to see exactly what's going on and what's happening. This is CBS News. That information will be down in my description box below my video as well. And y'all can see how long this was ago. Okay, right there. So this is very recent. This is this morning sometime. Okay, here we go.
Homeland Security correspondent Nicole Skanger continues her reporting in Minneapolis. Good morning, Nicole. What are we learning about the ICE agent involved in this deadly shooting?
Good morning, Errol. A senior Homeland Security official tells us that this agent in question was part of a specialized, highly trained unit within ICE enforcement and removal operations. Meanwhile, as federal investigators try to assess here why lethal use of force was used, state leaders are voicing concerns that they've been sidelined from this investigation.
It feels very, very difficult that we will get a fair outcome.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz on Thursday criticized the Trump administration's decision to remove state investigators from what began as a joint effort with the FBI to examine the shooting death of 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good.
What
The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension said it would no longer have access to the case materials, scene evidence, or investigative interviews.
Without any of that, we would not be able to put together a quality investigation for any prosecutor to be able to make a determination as to whether or not someone should be charged with a crime.
CBS News has confirmed the agent who shot Good is Jonathan Ross, who has worked with ICE in Minnesota for nearly a decade and was involved in another vehicle-related incident in June. Court documents show he was dragged approximately 100 yards with his arm inside a car while trying to execute an immigration warrant in nearby Bloomington. Vice President J.D. Vance referenced that case Thursday as he defended Ross's use of force.
Dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg.
You know what? First of all, J.D. Vance is going to do nothing but lie. That's all he do is lie. Okay? He's one of them demons in human skin, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, I hadn't heard people talk about this, but I didn't hear it from him. I haven't heard his side, but I just heard people saying the lies that he told. But I heard other people talking about it. Credible, okay? So, yeah, he was drugged because he go putting his hand in somewhere that it didn't belong, trying to get somebody out of their car. Yeah. I've been drugged his butt too. But anyway, I don't believe in violence. But and then if he is so traumatized, why would a person just 6 months, I think it was 6 months ago, don't quote me on that, but I think it was 6 months ago, allegedly, then you back on duty, doing the same thing and acting the same way. I guess you haven't learned nothing. You haven't learned nothing. You haven't learned training. If you was doing something, you should have been sitting down at a desk somewhere, writing tickets or something. You know, or watching some demonic stuff on a TV somewhere, because you shouldn't have been out there working with the public in the first place. If that happened to you because of what your actions, you brought that on yourself. Clearly, if you watch the video, that was because you escalated things. You brought it on yourself. ICE agent, what's his name? Jonathan Ross. And then you back out in the field working with the public and you calling yourself, oh, they said he was triggered, PTSD. That don't make no sense. Somebody ain't got no good judgment. All of this whole administration is just cuckoo for Cocoa Pop. All of y'all are just crazy and drinking orange Kool-Aid. Okay? Y'all need to get a different color Kool-Aid. Okay? Because all of y'all are crazy.
So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile?
Since Good's death,
I'm going to do a reaction on this video. If he is so sensitive, why is he out in the field? Vince, you just said it yourself. He is sensitive. Sensitive people that just had this done before don't need to be out in the field. So you're a trigger waiting to happen. You got a happy trigger waiting to do something. So don't go blaming Renee. Renee Good didn't do a thing wrong. She was innocent, and she was not trying to run him over. He was trying to do the same thing he did before. He just trigger happy. That's all. An aggressive demon.
The Trump administration officials and the president himself have argued the agent shot her in self-defense.
That is
a claim Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey has called, quote, a garbage narrative. John Sandweg served as an acting ICE director during the Obama administration.
How do you determine if this agent used reasonable use of force?
Nicole, you have to look at the totality of the circumstances. I have no doubt that officer genuinely felt like his life was threatened. The question is, was that a reasonable belief? Those videos are incredibly hard to watch, but they are not alone sufficient to draw a firm conclusion about exactly what happened here.
Federal law enforcement sources tell CBS News that there are now roughly 2,400 DHS agents and officers on the ground here in the Minneapolis area. We've been speaking with current and former ICE agents all week long who have expressed concerns given just the growing federal surge of law enforcement as well as the lack of de-escalation, that it's not a matter of if there is another incident on the streets again, but when, Errol.
All right, Nicole Scanga, thank you for your reporting.
And when you say when, yeah, like they went into the school, yes, not too far from where Renee Good lost her life. And then they're going to go into a school. Don't forget, we still got the ones in. Let's check the that live to make sure nothing been popping off while we was gone. Don't forget the what is it? The ones in Portland. And I'm going to bring that up in just a minute. Let's just see. Okay. This is what we left off at.
You are a stain on history. Anybody who's ever read a fucking book knows that.
Let me a woman in a wheelchair. What happened to her? They ain't got no country. They're not even, they have no country for that. None.
There are more guns for people.
I do that Michael Jackson. They're gonna tell me to remove that Michael Jackson. Did they pepper spray a woman in a wheelchair? Oh my Lord! I tell you, I don't know for sure what happened to her, but something happened to her.
What side of that do you want to be on?
99% of people have been voting again. There are times. That federal building behind me, that's actually ICE.
There's a live going on in Portland, Oregon. Let me bring that up. That live in Portland, Oregon. This is about the shooting of 2 people in Portland, Oregon. Now, they protested all last night. I was watching that last night. Okay. They protested all last night.
I don't think he does. He's giving me a really strong, like, psychopath vibe. Don't you accept some of the people are actual psychopaths? I really do.
It's still live on my screen. We're going to keep this live going. But right now, I want to bring up what happened in Portland, Oregon, a short, so y'all can see what was going on there. Okay. Oh, they got a lot of live going in Portland, Oregon. But okay. Let me So we're going to drop this one and come back. We'll come back to it. Okay. Oh my God. Y'all, this is not the America that I grew up in. This is not the one that this is with CNN. Okay. So let me stop the weapon. So we can pick up where we left off at.
Families who are suffering and grief for the recklessness of our federal government. The administration is trying to divide.
Bring it back a little so we can see. This is live though.
Information is limited and won't be speaking to a lot of specifics, but what I can say is that approximately 2:18 this afternoon, Portland police officers responded to the 10,000 block of Southeast Main Street on the report of a shooting. So they came in via a 911 call. Officers confirmed that federal agents had been involved in a shooting. Portland police were not involved in that incident. About 6 minutes later, at 2:24 p.m., officers received information once again through dispatch that a man who had been shot was calling and requesting help in the area of Northeast 146th and East Burnside. Our officers responded. We found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Officers applied a tourniquet and summoned emergency medical personnel. The patients were transported to local hospital, and their conditions at this time are unknown. Officers have determined that the two people who were injured in the shooting involving the federal agents from the earlier call. PPD officers secured both scenes, and this is a federal investigation. It's being led by the FBI. We have been in touch with them. We are in regular contact. This is their responsibility, but when we have these type of events happen in the city, Portland Police Bureau does offer a level of assistance. This is not in any way, shape, or form immigration related on our end. We do not know the facts of this case. We are simply providing that traditional investigative support and perimeter support, which is minimal. But I do want to make it clear that we are out there, but we are not involved in immigration. And we at this time do not know if this is an immigration related event. We do not know which federal agencies were involved. As we know, there are many federal agencies serving in the city of Portland right now. So as I said, it's a complex situation with a lot of different information coming out. But Portland Police is on the scene, detectives, et cetera. I want to say, that I'm saddened that we are here once again in a difficult, challenging, complex situation. But I'm also incredibly grateful for Portlanders. I'm grateful for the way that we have continued to show up over the past year, and we have certainly been tested. And this is no small circumstance. The uncertainty and the fear and the sadness within our community is real. And as the chief law enforcement city of Portland, I recognize that. Our members recognize that, and we are doing everything in our power to maintain that level of peace and calm and safety. And I want to thank Portlanders who have continued to show up in this space as well, and hopeful that they will do so over the next couple of days, as I'm expecting many to want to express their frustration and disappointment with events today. As I said, this is early on. We do not know the cause, but we are engaged, and hopefully we'll have more information as the evening unfolds. I'm going to turn it over now to Mayor Wilson.
Thank you, Chief. And I just want to also just reiterate what he talked about the city standing tall and really standing together. And I've been before you already too many times under these circumstances, but I'm grateful that every time I do make a call within such a short period of time that the Madam Governor will answer the call, and all of the individuals standing behind me and all of our elected officials and community leaders are standing with us as well. And we've always stood together, and we will continue to stand together. Just one day after the horrific violence in Minnesota, our community here in Portland was witness to a moment of fear, confusion, and heartbreak. Earlier this afternoon, 2 people were shot and injured by federal agents in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Violence in our community is devastating. These are not statistics. These are human beings. Portland is not a training ground for militarized agents. When the administration talks about using full force, we are seeing what it means on our streets. The consequences are not abstract. They are felt in hospital rooms and living rooms, in the quiet moments when families try to make sense of what happened, what is happening. We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past. That is why we are calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place. Our community deserves answers. Our community deserves accountability. And most of all, our community deserves peace. Earlier today, I spoke with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Front. We shared not just our concerns, but our grief for the families who are suffering and grief for the recklessness of our federal government. The administration is trying to divide us, to pit communities against one another, to make us fear one another. Portland, this is a moment to hold each other close, to stand together, to remember that our strength has always come from community, compassion, and solidarity. Yesterday, Governor Walz made an appeal to all of us. Today, I want to say clearly that we stand with Minneapolis, we stand with Minnesota, we stand with Chicago, we stand with LA. We stand with every community that is hurting in our nation, every family that is afraid, every person who feels unseen or unheard. ICE agents and their Homeland Security leadership must fully be investigated and held responsible for the violence inflicted on the American people in Minnesota, in Portland, and in all the communities across America. The Federal Protective Service claims values such as service, integrity, honor, and vigilance. This is the moment to live those values, not behind masks, not through intimidation, but through transparency, accountability, and most of all, humanity. So thank you. I'd like to turn it over to the governor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Chief Day. Good evening, Oregonians. We are standing here today, united as a state, wanting peace and safety in our communities. We are all shaken and outraged by another terrible, unnecessary, violent event instigated by the reckless agenda of the Trump administration. This time in our own state, in our largest city, coming just one day after the tragedy in Minnesota. While the details of the incident remain limited, one thing is very clear. When a president endorses tearing families apart and attempts to govern through fear and hate rather than shared values, you foster an environment of lawlessness and recklessness. Trust is essential to maintaining community safety and the rule of law. Federal agents at the direction of the Department of Homeland Security are shattering trust. They are hurting people and they are destroying day by day what we hold dear, our sense of safety. And our literal safety are severely undermined by what happened this afternoon in Portland. I'm so thankful that no one died and more people weren't hurt. The Attorney General and other leaders have been clear about our concerns with the excessive use of force by federal agents in Portland. And today's incident only heightens the need for transparency and accountability. Oregonians deserve clear answers. And I am aligned with the mayor. The priority right now is a full, completed investigation, not more detentions. My message to the federal government is this: we demand transparency. We demand your cooperation with Portland Police and the Multnomah County DA, because we need to investigate this incident efficiently and effectively so we can rebuild trust with our nation's government. There are those who want to cause chaos, but Oregonians know how to stand up and speak out peacefully. We must remain united in peaceful opposition to efforts to tear our community apart. We must not turn against each other. We must stand neighbor to neighbor. We must not take the bait. I want to end by saying I'm grateful to the first responders who have been managing this incident today here in Portland. And I stand and we stand united with Americans across our country and with Minneapolis and Minnesota in light of the very troubling events. Thank you.
You've been hearing from officials in Oregon just now, providing an update on the shooting that we know that has happened this afternoon. They said at 2:18 p.m. They seem to be still gathering a lot of the evidence there. What we heard from the police chief from this, we know from our own reporting that no officers were injured in this. He said it's still being determined which federal agencies were involved in this shooting that happened and cited the multiple that are in that city. But it was the comments by the mayor that stood out. Keith Wilson was arguing that there was a time where previously they could take the word of the federal government at its face value. He argued that that time has come and gone. He also echoed similar comments, though in maybe a more subtle way, from what we heard from the Minneapolis mayor yesterday, calling on ICE to pause all operations in that city as this investigation into the shooting that happened today takes place. He also said that he had a conversation with the mayor of Minneapolis before we heard that update from the governor of Oregon there.
I'm sorry, guys. I was on mute. I was on mute. Okay. I want y'all to see the date. Huntington Park, California, June 27, 2025.
It's just after 6 a.m. on Flower Street. Amid the morning calm, a security camera captures a SWAT team moving in formation. Operators in tactical gear carry ladders into the backyard. Another group enters the front and attaches strips of explosives along the windows and door. Inside, Jenny Ramirez and her 2 kids are sleeping when her phone rings. It's a neighbor calling.
Jenny, wake up, wake up. I see a lot of police in front of your house. Are you okay? Get up.
Out front, an armored vehicle pulls up. It's carrying a canine team, a photographer, and a drone operator. At the end of the convoy is a U.S. Border Patrol vehicle. These are federal immigration agents at the home of U.S. citizens, and they're ordering them to exit immediately. Agents wait 14 seconds, then blow out the bedroom window.
My 6-year-old started screaming, we're here, we're okay, we're okay. But he wasn't understanding. It wasn't like something that happened to the house and they were coming to help us. I told him, they're not helping us.
The second explosion blows off the front door. We wanted to understand what prompted the show of force and use of manpower. These high-risk tactics, according to current and former federal officials, are typically used for drug smugglers and violent fugitives.
Now, what if somebody was near that window sleeping or coming out that door? It would have blew them up. Ooh, these people don't have no sense of right and wrong. You learned that from your mom and your daddy growing up. Your conscience. They have no conscience at all. They just like thugs behind a mask.
By immigration agents trying to arrest a U.S. citizen accused of injuring government property, who it turns out isn't even home. But a closer look at the footage shows the man behind this raid is on scene watching. This is Greg Bovino.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
He's the Border Patrol chief who's become a key figure and social media fixture in the Trump administration's immigration crackdown and slick video campaign. Bovino's rolled out cavalry in Los Angeles, boat patrols in Chicago, strip mall sweeps in Charlotte, injecting Border Patrol tactics into areas nowhere near the border, and sending agents trained to patrol vast deserts for border crossers into busy urban communities to round up unprecedented numbers of potential deportees.
This is how and why we secure the homeland.
Bovino's playbook is a stark departure from ICE, a separate arm of Homeland Security that's historically conducted more methodical, time-consuming investigations of individual targets.
On behalf of the men and women of the United States Border Patrol, it's time to turn and burn. We're turning and burning onto that next target.
Turn and burn isn't showboating, Bovino says. It's using fast-moving shows of force to deter criminals and keep agents from getting bogged down by agitators so they can enforce laws that he says have been neglected for decades.
We're here, and we're not going anywhere.
The messaging from the administration has been clear. Bovino and his aggressive approach are delivering the deportations President Trump promised and keeping Americans safe. But we took a deeper look at one of the operations featured on Bovino's timeline. This raid on Flower Street and the events that led up to it, syncing hours of video and audio from CCTV, social media, and a trove of never-before-seen police body cameras. We found behind Bovino's social media hype about law and order lies an entirely different story about his turn and burn playbook, and a spiral of consequences that it unleashes. The backstory of the raid at Jenny Ramirez's house began a week earlier. An immigration operation at 2 nearby car washes that seized a handful of potential deportees, but it also led to 4 vehicle crashes, hours of protests and violent clashes with federal agents, and emergency responses by 6 local police forces.
Can you get us additional units from East LA, please? We gotta get this crowd out of here.
By day's end, 4 U.S. citizens.
This is my first time seeing this video. I have not seen this video from New York Times. Credit goes all out to them for this video. Oh my God. This is awful. But I'm glad we are watching it together.
With no prior records of violence were facing allegations of federal felonies.
I
just feel like they're trying to frame me as a criminal.
You jumped in front of the vehicle.
I was never charged. I was never read my rights.
We're U.S. citizens. I felt like we were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
On June 20th, across the heavily Latino suburbs southeast of Los Angeles, reports of immigration agents and angry backlash were becoming a routine part of daily life.
These fucking guys for one man. So crazy. Be a fucking shame to yourself.
Esa migra. La migraña.
What's your badge number, actually? Yeah.
Among the locations targeted was in the city of Bell, a local business here along the main drag, Jack's Car Wash. It was like any other busy Friday afternoon until around 2:40 p.m. when footage shows 7 seemingly ordinary vehicles begin to stream in. At least 16 people would emerge.
It's a lot of people for a car wash.
One worker who didn't want to be identified for fear of retribution told the Times he thought the cars pulling in wanted a wash.
I was like, oh, it's probably a customer. But when they came out, they had these vests and like ski masks and sunglasses on, so you could identify who it was.
Most are Border Patrol agents, and according to a memo obtained by the Times, they've come prepared for elevated security risks. Workers said agents seem to approach everyone as a suspect, but ask just 2 questions.
He asked, are you a citizen? Are you from here? I said, yes. And then he said, oh, where were you born at? I said, Bellflower, California. He left right away.
The agents clearly sparked fear for one customer who runs into the drive-thru. Then a worker dashes off in the opposite direction. Agents sprint after the runners as new ones arrive to assist and search for more suspects. Meanwhile, in the restaurant parking lot next to Jack's are Jenny Ramirez and her partner George, who had just delivered an order for Uber Eats. They're in their Jeep eating a quick lunch while the baby naps, she says, when they notice a man sitting in a parked SUV.
And I'm like, maybe they're just waiting like us for orders. And then when I just like saw what looked like a rifle, I told him, let's go, let's go, let's go.
When George goes, he turns right, away from the car wash.
Corre, primo, corre, corre, primo.
Now his black Jeep is driving into a high-speed pursuit. This blue pickup is an unmarked Border Patrol vehicle, chasing the fleeing car wash worker, who, according to this driver's video synchronized with CCTV footage, runs right in front of George's Jeep.
We were like so close to like running him over, and then we see this blue truck trying to ram us on my side. I just thought it was road rage at that point because the vehicles are not marked or anything.
But then the pickup suddenly stops when an agent jump out.
Oh, they just crashed right now. Oh my God.
Gets rear-ended by George's Jeep. Immediately, masked agents emerge with weapons drawn.
They jump out and they were going towards us, and we didn't even have anything to do with it. We were just trying to get away from that place.
George tries to back away, but his bumper is hooked onto the pickup, and both vehicles surge backward, right into a gray vehicle behind them. Meanwhile, about 5 minutes away in the neighboring town of Maywood at Express Fleet Wash, another turn and burn operation is about to unfold. Driving nearby on his way to work is Edgardo Urias, a 19-year-old college student. His dash camera shows a blue SUV on his left, veering into his lane and cutting him off.
There's no signal, no anything. And I just thought like regular LA drivers.
But then the SUV suddenly stops in a busy lane of traffic, and the back door flies open. The impact sends Edgardo's side mirror flying through his window.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
No one in the SUV appears to acknowledge the collision. 2 men in ballistic vests scramble out to the drying area. Other agents who hang back to dislodge their car door ignore Edgardo.
I see that this is like a suspected ICE raid. Like, I'm still not going to leave without insurance because that could be like still a hit and run on me. And then I also have my car messed up.
For nearly 2 minutes, Edgardo, who seems free to leave, snaps photos and pleads for insurance. But then, after taking down a passerby who flees into traffic, agents abruptly turn their sights on Edgardo.
I'm just confused. What's going on?
You're impeding federal agents. You're impeding federal agents. So you will be arrested. Yep.
Why are they arresting me after they caused an accident?
Back at Jack's Car Wash, a worker in green named Manuel is getting questioned and detained.
Leave them alone. They're just working. They're just working, bro.
Across the lot, a worker in white is looking on. Jose Cervantes Licia is a longtime employee of Jack's who appears increasingly agitated watching the raid unfold. Suddenly, he charges toward the agent, leading Manuel away.
I hit nothing. Oh, shit.
A scuffle breaks out.
Oh, shit. Hey.
Then a silver pickup flies across oncoming traffic and rams into an unmarked federal vehicle.
I was on the floor. Just fucking hit the ice truck. Hell yeah. Fuck ice, perro.
Manuel gets loose. Jose gets chased. Both get caught and cuffed. At the same time, up the street from Jack's,
Hey, put the guns away!
Jenny and George's Jeep is still hooked to the pickup, and they're sitting inside, terrified the masked agents are trying to take George into custody.
Get out of the car, get out of the car. Trying to get George out, but they didn't say who they were. They didn't say why. We didn't open the doors because we were scared.
Fucking dogs, man, what the fuck?
One agent pulls out a baton. Another fires a pepper ball launcher.
Hey, they got a family, put the guns away!
Agents say they're trying to stop George from fleeing, according to court documents, after what they allege was a deliberate collision to block their pursuit. Former agents told The Times a pursuit on busy city streets for a subject who posed no known threat wasn't part of Border Patrol training during the previous administration. Most, however, broadly defended the shift to more aggressive enforcement policies, saying it was necessary.
They could have hurt somebody or unalived somebody. They pulling out guns, they're ramming cars, turning around in the middle of the street, doing all this crazy stuff, and never saying who they are, who they're looking for, or anything. These are nothing but gangsters in masks. These gangsters got a lot of common sense. These are thugs. Demons.
After decades of lax border enforcement. And George's driving, according to some of the agents, posed a serious threat given the hostile operating environment.
Hey, we're here to de-escalate this situation.
This isn't the type of policing or setting, they said, that Border Patrol agents typically handle.
There's a fucking baby in the car, bro. Put the fucking guns away, dude. It's not for them. It's for the crowd. It's for there's never been any.
At the other car wash in Maywood, no express workers or customers are detained. Bovino's turn and burn playbook appears to be backfiring.
Guys, don't got nothing else to do.
Once agents move Edgardo into their vehicle, it appears they're planning to leave. But apparently, there's uncertainty about what to do with him, according to audio from his dash camera.
We'll get on the rally.
Instead of getting on the road, agents sit in this Tahoe with Edgardo in front of the car wash for nearly an hour.
Show your face.
We got family.
We got family too. We're out here.
It's not clear what they're waiting for. But Edgardo says agents are making calls requesting help from local law enforcement. As the crowd grows and tensions rise.
They're saying that this would have never happened if I would have just been on my way, but I was being on my way. I was just trying to go to work.
Yo, what's your name? Brother, what's your name? What's your name?
Over in Bell, federal backup is flooding in, but none of the heavily armed masked agents can defuse the situation or detach the pickup from George and Jenny's Jeep. Within minutes, Bell police arrive, wearing body cameras that give a rare behind-the-scenes look at how turn and burn tactics escalate a minor accident.
You got a tail strap? How can you for that rear end is?
And unleash mayhem for local officers who are barred from assisting federal immigration operations, but sworn to uphold public safety.
So, do you guys need paramedics?
Initially, officers try to handle the collision like any other.
Can you tell me what happened?
They got me off today. I can't bring them off.
The Border Patrol agent says the opposite. The GP says, cut him off.
Chasing this guy. I was going to go off the curb, but I couldn't. I saw it on my brakes and he was right on me.
The agent also alleges to police that George might be a repeat offender.
I'm pretty sure I had something similar to him the other day, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay.
Federal agents tread lightly, but their requests of local police quickly mount.
We're not going to do anything to the driver, but do you have his info? Thank you.
And once officers get Jenny and George to exit the Jeep,
Nobody's going to take this, right?
and a tow truck positioned to unhook the vehicles,
Okay, you guys are good?
Jenny says they're told they can go home.
I asked the Border Patrol too, are we free to go? He said, you guys are fine. Go.
But no one's going anywhere at this point, because the show of force has not deterred, but attracted hundreds of onlookers and protesters. And now, agents need help getting out.
We're just looking at our exit plan here. Okay. We'll probably need your assistance. Right. We have several vehicles that are trapped over here by the crowd, so we need to push them out. Okay.
The federal vehicles, they say, must all leave together to protect against attacks.
I think we should be able to get through that. We have CS gas.
That worst-case scenario, it turns out, will unfold minutes later, after many failed attempts to move the crowd.
Move out of the street so they can leave. Hey, can you guys clear the driveway so we can get them out of here? Just go to the side, please.
The moment that shifts the protests into violence comes when two new federal vehicles arrive and accelerate toward the crowd.
They actually just tried to run some folks over.
bystanders erupt at federal agents
What are you doing? You're fucking done.
and at local police.
You're supposed to be with us, not against us, bro. Let's get these niggas out of here.
The sergeant in charge scrambles,
All right, guys, hey, time to clear out.
clear an exit path, and de-escalate the scene.
Let them out of here.
But it has the opposite
Get out
effect.
of here. Come on, let me get out of here.
What's your badge number?
As the sergeant waves people to cross, this federal vehicle starts rolling toward them. A man bangs on the hood and immediately gets pinned to the ground. The takedown sets off new backlash. A hail of tear gas.
Oh my God.
Local police caught up in the scuffle
That's how we're taking shit.
call for emergency help.
Can you get us additional units from East LA, please? You guys almost out of here?
That's 2 flat tires now, so I don't know.
It was during these minutes of mayhem that federal agents made the one request that police officers denied.
You guys go over to take this guy?
Bro, they pushed me with the car.
You jumped in front of the vehicle and you are hitting the vehicle.
That is not what happened, according to Isaias Pena Salcedo.
This is where I was listening to the officer telling us to cross, and that's when
Isaias, a 25-year-old construction worker, said he hadn't come to protest. He'd been headed to a nearby grocery store with his friend's family and reluctantly agreed to see what was causing the commotion. When violence erupted, he says he was following orders to leave.
I was told by the officer to clear the path, and that's when the car started rolling into me. And I was like, dude, what the heck? Not hard enough to put a dent or anything, but just, what are you doing, man? Like, I'm getting told to cross. Like, can't you see?
Being a citizen, he said, didn't matter.
I always carried my passport on me with everything going on. He took my passport, put it right back in my pocket, tossed me into the truck.
Leave him alone, he's a kid.
Get back over on the other side. Let's take the other side.
Before the federal convoys finally leave the scenes in Bell and in Maywood, federal agents deploy more tear gas into a nearby park
Right! Oh, fuck my eyes! Oh, fuck my eyes!
and into streets filled with local police officers.
I had one explode in my face.
Federal agents leaving the operations were frustrated, according to Isaias and Edgardo.
They were dropping off all the people they caught, and they were mad because they're like, oh, how much did we get today?
They were just saying that like they had one body and that was me. And then some other guys had 2 bodies.
3, and they're all USCs, like U.S. citizens.
At least one detainee was not a U.S. citizen. Coworkers said Manuel, the car wash employee in green, was deported to Mexico within days. DHS did not respond to questions about the Jack's customer who fled or the man detained near Express Car Wash. But the collateral damage was vast.
You had the traffic collision, you had the deployment of gas by the federal agents, vandalism against both the federal vehicles and against our vehicle.
Bell police faced days of protest and spent months investigating each act of vandalism. But the chief said his officers were caught off guard, not only by the federal operation, but also by their tactics.
Anytime you move crowds, whether you use less lethal weapons or gas, it has an effect in the surrounding area. It has an effect on the cops. It has an effect on the community. The federal government may have a certain way of handling crowd management, but we as an agency will not drive into crowds.
For each of the 4 U.S. citizens caught in the dragnet of the day, the fallout was different. For Jose Cervantes Lucia, who declined interview requests, it led to home detention and felony charges of assault on a federal officer. The charges were later reduced to a misdemeanor, and Jose accepted a plea deal. Isaiah says he spent almost 3 days locked up, not allowed to call a lawyer or even his family.
I was never charged. I was never read my rights. I wasn't even allowed to see the judge. Yeah, okay, if I did this, take me. Don't just grab me. That's third world country stuff.
He said he had no idea if or when he'd get out.
You're just in there looking at the ceiling at the white paint. I thought I was going to be in there for a couple of years, so I was already mentally preparing myself.
After 64 hours, Isaiah says he was told they were finally taking him to see a judge, but instead, with no explanation, he was released.
Like, it just messed up my head mentally, like, pretty bad.
You're a federal agent, so you can get arrested.
Edgardo was also never charged. He says during intake, he managed to show videos of the collision on his phone to a federal investigator.
He sent it to his boss. He's just like, wow. But he was just like apologizing on behalf of the ICE and Border Patrol because they never did. So.
Greg Bovino, the Border Patrol chief, did not respond to our interview request or to specific questions about the tactics used in these operations. Spokespeople with Homeland Security and Customs and Border Protection provided a written response, which in part says Bovino has been instrumental in informing the public about the record-breaking increase in assault against law enforcement. Agents, it says, use the minimum amount of force necessary in dangerous situations and are highly trained in de-escalation tactics. The response also says on June 20th, Border Patrol vehicles were violently targeted during lawful operations. In Bell, one vehicle was rammed and had its tires slashed, it says. And regarding Edgardo's collision in Maywood, a civilian struck a federal vehicle, totaling it. As for George, he declined our interview requests, but Jenny said he was at work delivering coffee supplies. The morning immigration agents exploded their way into their home.
They called after and they told him, did you find out what happened in your house? That for me, that was just not right.
We did not get a response to questions about why federal agents let George go, then a week later used such high-risk tactics to arrest him. He immediately turned himself in. Prosecutors didn't request detention, and a judge sent him home the same day. The Times found no past record of violent offenses. In the federal complaint against George, the prosecutor mentions a previous incident when he allegedly heckled Border Patrol agents. But he's officially charged with injuring government property. And the crux of the case is the accusation that George deliberately collided with the Border Patrol pickup, which had stopped in a manner that should have allowed any car traveling behind him to stop safely. But this claim is directly contradicted by the agent himself.
I was going to go off the curb, but I couldn't, so I slammed on my brakes and he was right on me.
And the allegation of a deliberate collision is not evident in the footage. In fact, brake lights indicate George is braking as soon as the pickup begins to stop. In mid-July, Bovino posted this ominous video of the raid at George's house, with text warning people will face justice regardless of their immigration status. The next day, George finds out the federal government has dropped the charges. His case is dismissed.
His case is dismissed and his house is torn up. His house is torn up, but the case is dismissed. And nobody apologized, I bet. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching and everything. Make sure you all hit that like button on your way out. And I appreciate you. I really do. All right, guys. The lies, the lies. I wanted you all to see the lies, just like I said in my thumbnail. The lies, you know. Oh, I think this one of them said the lies. I had a thumbnail that said the lies. I do want to say to Renee's family, okay, my deepest condolence goes out to her family, and rest in peace, Renee Nicole Good. I got her name spelled wrong, Nicole. But anyway, rest in peace, Nicole. I'll do it like that. All right. And guys, thank you all for being here. And y'all know how we do it when we get out of here. Y'all know how we do it.
Bitch, help me feel like living. I need a bitch swing home runs. I'm hitting and I'll never look back. Moving on till I get it all.
And we all got dreams. We all want things. But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe